Yo, what's up YouTube? Welcome back to another vlog here on EMKWAN Vlogs, aka EMKWAN TV. I'm EMKWAN, peace and blessings to you all out there. Hope you're all doing well. So remember in the last video I mentioned that I was gonna do a video. This video, well, turns out it's a little more than I originally anticipated. So for that reason, I'm gonna leave that video for another period. I want to work on it and make it perfect before I put it up on YouTube, hence the reason why. However, today it's a few days before Ramadan. Ramadan is literally around the corner. Now, if you're new to this term, Ramadan, what does it mean? What is it about? Well, in a small nutshell, Ramadan is that month of the year in which Muslims, billions of us around the world, will fast during the sunlight hours. Essentially, we start our fast from sunrise up until sunset, and we do this consecutively for 30 days. Now, most people think, who are not Muslim, that Muslims actually fast non-stop for 30 days. That isn't the case. We eat, we drink when the sun goes down, but when it's daylight hours, essentially, we abstain from those things, as well as a few other stuff as well. I got asked on Snapchat by someone to share some Ramadan hacks, or what I do in Ramadan, what my focus is essentially in this month, and I thought that would be a great video idea as well. Now, I've got my phone here and just some notes, so if I'm looking down, I'm not neglecting you guys. If you want to know more information about Ramadan, there should be a video that I did somewhere on the side. Go and click that. It actually answers the questions for people that aren't Muslim, that might want to know questions and feel a little shy asking. Go ahead, hit that link over there. And if there are any questions that you want answering, leave them in the comment section below. Either I can answer those or somebody else in the community can do so. Ramadan for me is the perfect period of time. It's 30 days. It's a whole month. And it means that it will allow you to set yourself up for good practices, good routines. And I'm not just talking about the spiritual aspect, I'm also talking about other elements of our lives. So for example, my physical, my eating, my relationships outside of the relationship with my spiritual requirements. All of those can be enhanced in this month. So what I tend to do is I've broken it down into 5 parts, 5 things to think about. The first one is to pace yourself. This is really important because most people at the beginning of the month of Ramadan are in it like 150,000%. So what happens as a result of that is that if you don't pace yourself, you will burn yourself out really, really quickly. It's better to do small things regularly than it is to do some really grand things only once or twice. And we know that from our tradition as well. So just pace yourself, take it easy. If anything, start off slow at the beginning of the month and then build it up nearer the end of the month. I'll give you a classic example of where you can see this apt. Go to the mosque on the first sort of 3 to 5 days of the month of Ramadan. The entire mosque is packed. Go back in the 2nd and 3rd week and what happens? There are less people there. So it's all about pacing yourself. Number 2 is about targets. Set yourself some targets. Now literally after this video, get your phone, get a pen and paper, sit down and jot some ideas down. Now what I do in the month of Ramadan is not only for my spiritual needs, but also for other elements of my life. I make targets, and what I do is I stick to no more than 3, because 3 will allow you to actually reach those targets. What I do in my kind of notes is I will put down my relationship. So there's my spiritual relationship, there's my work relationship, there is my health and well-being relationship, and then finally there is my kind of relationships. Let me break it down for you. Spiritual is kind of self-explanatory. What I want to do in this month, my relationship with God, my relationship spiritually. The second is relationship towards work. Now what I would do here for myself is I've only put down 2 targets. I actually might skim it down to just 1. Did I say health and well-being? So in this month I might focus on absolutely avoiding fried foods, making sure that I'm drinking plenty of water, eating clean, and then on the physical side, working out after the prayers and things like that. The final relationship thing, give you an example, might be as simple as calling someone in your family or your friend circle that you haven't spoken to in a long period of time. Just picking up the phone, calling them, and that could be your target done for that particular section. So I do it like that. I have about 4 or 5 sections, and then I have within them about 3 to 2, sometimes 1 target, and I try and focus on that within the next 30 days. I find that I've got to do that, and I find that that's worth doing, because if you don't do that, you know, it's 30 days kind of lost. You know, Ramadan, one of the things that Ramadan does is that it gives you a sense of discipline. Now, if you can enhance on that discipline on other aspects of your life, it's win-win situation, and it will really make you feel better, and it's much more of a personal growth month in which you can benefit afterwards. So that's point number 2. The third point, this is really important, particularly at this time of the year, is Sahur. Now what Sahur is that meal that you have before you get into fasting for that day. And it's very important. The Prophet advised people to partake in Sahur. Sahur will set you up for the rest of the day, and it's really important. Now, many people struggle with just eating something at that period of time, the Sahur period of time, and it can be as simple as doing this. The night before, or the time before you go to sleep, get a plate, put some essentials on there, get some water, put that on the side of your bed, and you're set then for Sahur. Next thing, next target to think about is eating clean. Again, very apt for this part of the year, where the period of time that you have to eat is very limited. So you want to try and get the maximum amount of sustenance without kind of putting pressure on your body. So think about eating clean, think about eating good food, think about avoiding all the rubbish. Now this is going to be really hard if you're with your family or extended family, or you're being invited to iftars. This is where mindset kicks in. Pace yourself by having the minimum. The other thing is that in this month, a lot of people put on weight, and that's kind of depressing. Final point that I want to talk about is thinking about others, thinking about people other than yourself. It's really important. Now, the scholars have mentioned that part and parcel of the act of fasting is also thinking about people that are less fortunate than ourselves, people that don't have access to food, what they have to go through, and to think practically about how you can help people around you, how you can help people in your locality, if there are people in your family, or if there are people at your workplace that you know might be going through some difficulties, how you can practically work towards helping them. And it might be something as simple as just smiling at them, making conversation with them, trying to get to know them a little better, and making that human connection. Ultimately, it's not about a Muslim thing, it's about a humanity thing. And if your religion teaches you to be a better human being, then your religion is doing the right thing. So think very carefully about that. Think about what you can do. There might be someone that you see on a daily basis on your way to work that is homeless, for example. Thinking about assisting them with just a simple meal, or with food, or just giving them a conversation. Sometimes it's not only about the physical acts, such as money or food. It can be just a simple thing as saying hi to them. What's your name? My name is such and such. Use this month to really move away from ourselves. This is really crucial and very important. We've had the passing of the really beautiful man in terms of character and standing, Muhammad Ali. And one of the things that struck me today, reading some of the social media posts about him, was the fact that he was a man of the people. Like, regardless of your background, your ethnicity, regardless of your religious beliefs, even though Muhammad Ali was a very proud and very vocal Muslim, he managed to influence and touch people outside of his ethnicity and his religious views. And that's really down to his humanity. And ultimately, Ramadan, the month in which we shape our spirituality, is designed to help make us better human beings. Anyway guys, I hope you've enjoyed this video. Like I said, it wasn't the original video that I had planned. I think the question that was asked to me on Snapchat kind of forced me to make this video public. If you have any suggestions, any hacks, any things that you focus on in this month, then leave a comment down below. If you found this video useful, please share it with your friends and family through social media, whatever means possible. Until Wednesday, I will see you in the next video. I'm EMKWAN. Peace and blessings.